Hi and welcome to your Platterful tutorial. If you're new here, click the link in the top right corner to learn a little bit more about us. Okay, let's get started. Up first, we are going to work with our red Wax Cuda, so you can go ahead and take that out of the wrapper. For this one, it's going to be pretty simple. We are going to cut the center out of the red wax wedge, and then we are going to cube that. So go ahead and make slits on either side like you see me do in the video, and then across the top around the curve of the red Wax Cuda wedge. And then the inside, we are going to take it and just simply cube it. And then we will be able to use those cubes to place them back into that red waxed portion to make it back into the shape of the wedge. Up next, we're going to work with our Dill Havarti round. So go ahead and take that out of the wrapper. One tip I will give you here for this one, sometimes it's a little bit easier to cut this one if you put it in the freezer for about 5 minutes. It just hardens it a little bit and allows you to cut a little bit easier when we cut it into these really tiny wedges, which is what we're going to do. So like I mentioned, for this one, we are going to cut it into tiny little wedges. I end up with 16 small wedges at the end. So I take it and I cut it almost like a pizza or like a pie, and I'm cutting it in half and then in half, and then cutting those fourths in half, and then cutting those in half to give me 16 total pieces at the end. So you'll see me do that in the video. Okay, moving on to placement for this one. We are going to take our individual mini wedges and we are going to lay them and overlap them on their side so they create this really pretty pinwheel, as you'll see me do in the video. I use about 10 to 12 pieces for my little pinwheel, and then I use the other remaining pieces, again 4 to 6, and I sporadically place them on my board, as you'll see me do when we do our final placement. And lastly, for our large kits, we have our petite rounds from Marin French. So go ahead, take this one out of the wrapper. For this, what I like to do with these little rounds from Marin French is just slice them almost like if they were a square or a rectangle cheddar type. It just makes it really easy for people to pick up. This cheese is super delicious, so you guys are gonna really like it, I think. And just so everyone knows, the rind is edible, so don't feel like you have to remove that. For placement of this one, we are going to just lay them flat like you see me do in the video. I am going to give mine a little bit of a curve, especially as I place it on my board for final placement. Okay, up first for our meats, we have our Toscano sliced salami from Ollie. There are 2 sleeves of salami in this pack, and we are going to use one to create a salami river. So take 2 slices of salami, fold them in half, place them over the top of each other halfway, take the bottom piece and fold it up over the top. Then you're going to create almost a braiding pattern very similar to this. So take a slice of salami, fold it in half, place it over the top, fold down or up. And you'll see me continue this pattern in the video, and you're just going to keep going for that entire first sleeve. And for the remaining sleeve of Toscano sliced salami, we are just going to fold the slices into fourths. So take a slice, fold it in half again. And then as we stack these, it's going to create a really nice half circle shape as we place it, so we can place it on the board in that way. And lastly, we have our pepperoni slices. So for these, we're going to create some petite roses. So there's 2 ways to do this. You can line up the salami, fold them all in half together, or you can fold each individual slice in half and then roll, roll, roll. So you'll see me demonstrate those 2 variations in the video, and I'm going to create 3 different miniature roses with my pepperoni slices. Okay, let's get started with our standard board. If you got the large kit, you can go ahead and fast forward a little bit and you can watch me build the large kit.